you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again, it be so. Brother, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again, it be so. Sonia Sase, Diho a dance, yes, would your two for a wedding. I didn't need the once a sana, once a trada, Kunto Jina, Tetre Medina, the dance, yes, wanna put your hand over. Come to Trinidad, Tetra Medina, the dance, yes, wanna put your hand over. Oh, yo, nyamia, oh, yo, nyamia, hey, oh, he be already want to say, oh, yo, nyamia. Saying ya wayenya dinina ya banditi woni engwa kobia hey yeah ya dance sevuna oh he be already want to say hey yeah oh, piara poeche, oh, kunkuto yaria. They give a yo yakutu, Yeshabudi and the Manyamo, Nintendo, Yabudio. Hey, Mulio Yamia, Barbara, Hindu. Hey, oh, that's my favorite part. My shisha, my good for sale. Mulio Yamia, Video Fiance, so, Mulio Yamia. My shisha, I wanna say, oh, yo, hey, hey, yo, suya, singing it, oh, pianse, so, oh, yo, hey, we give you all the glory and honor, it all belongs to you,
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Ghana Urban Gospel Show, and you're watching us live on CJ TV. Don't forget, we come your way each and every Sunday, 2:30 p.m. on CJ TV. Repeats on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. on CJ TV. My name is the first chapter of the book of Psalms. My name is Psalm 1. You can call me the Christ Junkie. And today I have a very special guest in the house. You've already seen him. His name is Fred Kyei Mensah. Kyei Mensah.
Yeah, just Kyei Mensah.
Yeah, Kyei. Pacho mama say acapella ni bi me nyum na o tie mama pempe acapella. Mama me beat ni bi mo ai. Mo should have beat ni mama bi ne bi. I feel like even rapping on it.
So
mama me beat bi na me we.
I'll do is I'll just sing a little of it, then I'll leave it for you to do your stuff.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go. Oh yeah,
Kusto Jenina, Tetramenina, dear dance, yes, sir. Wanna put your head, hey.
See, from a beer boy to a king, feeling like you David. And they're all about you.
Hey.
I want to say you're welcome to the Ghana Urban Gospel
Thank you
Show.
so much, bro.
And we are going to sit down and talk to you. We're going to talk about everything.
Yeah.
The people who wanted to see you, so I'm glad you're here. So
Yeah.
I'll be talking to Mr. Kyei Mensah right now. Person made the titles in the account, but media, what bank are the titles in the account? Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Facebook, the Ghana Urban Gospel Show. Please share the link, leave a comment underneath the video as well, and please let your friends know that we are live. So tag them in the video, share it. And on YouTube, it's someone the Christ Junkie. And follow us on Instagram, the Ghana Urban Gospel Show, and on Twitter, urban_Ghana. As always, each and every Sunday, you know one thing has to be done before the show starts proper. Let's take this quick commercial break. Let's honor our sponsor, CJ Multimedia. When we are done with that, we're going to do our Bible verse, and then I can talk to Mr. Kyei Mensah. So let's take that commercial break. We'll be right back.
Sister, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again, it be so. Brother, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again, it be so.
At CJ Multimedia, we have a wide range of LED display screens for your church programs, corporate events, musical concerts, and all other events. Our LED display screens are of high quality in terms of displaying live video feed, pictures, and motion graphics. Due to our high specs, their brightness allows them to be used anywhere, whether indoor or outdoor, and are very visible from a far distance. We're also able to customize our LED display screens to suit all your set designs and to fit into any shape or form of your choice. Call us now on 0302 220 715 or 054 505 9319. CJ Multimedia. We are the masters.
Do you need a place to hold an event or a place to lodge? Joe's Place, located on the West Hills near New Botiano, Accra, is the place for you.
You are welcome to Joe's Place.
We have a state-of-the-art event center, fully equipped with lighting, LED display screens, and sound system. You can hold your live events, live musical concerts, wedding receptions, birthday parties, and church services at our event center. Our wedding reception package includes free decoration of the 200 seating capacity hall. We also provide wedding chairs, tables and covers, flower stands, couple chairs, wedding backdrops. Our 18-bedroom guest house has standard rooms which can be used by 1 or 2 visitors. We provide restaurant services for our guests. You can locate Joe's Place at Red Top, New Botiano, Accra, just some few minutes drive from the West Hills Mall. Please call 0302 961 906.
CJ TV Studio has a professional ultra-modern television studio available for rentals. Our studio is equipped for the most demanding multi-camera productions of broadcasting quality. CJ TV Studio is ready for use, and the rental price includes a technical crew, camera equipment, lighting, sound, and live video editing. We can also easily make live broadcasts on the internet. Rent our TV studio for your news bulletins, interviews, talk shows, fashion shows, webcast, religious broadcasts, sports shows, and auditions. Contact CJ TV Studio for appointments on the following numbers: 0302 220 715 or 0545 059 319. Sister, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again, it be so. Brother, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again, it be so.
You're welcome back from that quick commercial break, and you're still watching the Ghana Urban Gospel Show live on CJ TV. Don't forget, we come your way each and every Sunday, 2:30 p.m. live on CJ TV, and you can also catch the repeat on Tuesday, 7 p.m. on CJ TV. You're watching us live on the Ghana Urban Gospel Show page on Facebook. Please follow us on Instagram, the Ghana Urban Gospel Show. On Twitter, urban_Ghana. For those of you that want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, it's Psalm_ONE. That's PSALM_ONE. And then subscribe to our YouTube channel, Someone the Christ Junkie. As always, to start the show proper, we need to read our Bible verse or take the Bible verse for the week. And then we play all the wonderful songs you guys requested this week. So our Bible verse this week is going to come from the book of Psalms. Yes, you know I'm Psalm, so I'm biased to Psalms. So Psalm 33 verse 3. So let's read it together. I pray that this word blesses you. It's straightforward, it's direct. Psalm 33 verse 3 and 4. So let's read it together. Sing unto him a new song. Play skillfully with a loud noise. For the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are done in truth. Let's take it again. Sing unto him a new song. Play skillfully with a loud noise. For the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are done in truth. The word of God is right, and all his works are done in truth. You cannot serve God, but serve God in spirit and in truth. And when you serve God in spirit and in truth, you become an epitome of who Christ is and what Christ was and Christ is to be or to become in the future. So ladies and gentlemen, I pray this word touches your heart so much, because Mr. Kyei Mensah told me that he loves this word, so I read it out for him. But I pray that it blesses you separately or blesses you the same way it blessed Mr. Kyei Mensah and myself. So ladies and gentlemen, let's take the songs for this week. I keep telling you guys that request your songs. Just drop it on Facebook, the Ghana Urban Gospel Show page, or DM us on Instagram, the Ghana Urban Gospel Show, Twitter, urban_Ghana, and then we'll play the songs for you. But today, I'm doing a special request also. Because Mr. Kyei Mensah is in the house, he requested some songs for his friends, so I want to play those songs for him. You guys also requested some songs. We're going to play those songs as well. So we're going to take God from Kingsley Ampofo and Kofi Nkrumah featuring La Famille, Born for Good. And then we're going to take Wadum by Kinskade and another song by Kobe Psalm. You guys requested Wadum by Kinskade and then Kobe Psalm's new song. So let's enjoy these songs. When we return, I'll be talking to Mr. Kyei Mensah.
Sister, you to go church every time. Know that means say you be born again, you be so. Brother, you to go church every time. Know that means say you be born again, you be so.
I stand in awe as I behold your presence. Your spirit gives me rest all the days of my life, my defense and my salvation, and I will trust in you forever. The hope that I cling to every day. You are God, beginning to the end. You are God, the source of my strength, and I will sing of your truth and your love and your majesty. I'll say you've been there for me. You are the rock on which I place my trust, Redeemer of my past and present wrongs. And I know you are my refuge, you are my strength, you are my ever-present help, renewer of my strength and all of my days. You are God, beginning to the end. You are God, the source of my strength, and I will sing of your truth and your love and your majesty. I'll say you've been there for me. You are God, my light in the dark. You are God, the only sovereign
Sha-da-da, da-da-da-da. Oh, sha-da-da, 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 sha-da-da-da-da. Sha-da-da, 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 sha-da-da-da. There is no mistake about you. No mistake about you. No, no mistake about you. About you. About you. There is no mistake about you. No mistake about you. There is no mistake about you. About you. About you. There is no mistake about you. No mistake about you. There is no mistake about you. About you. About you. Knew the voices that bled poison, saying you're not born for good. Knew the voices that bled poison, saying you're not born.
Yes, who is? Bible memuti, ojidi nahi. You don't doubt if God can do exceedingly. And ye ma wa femuti, onyina semuni. Either do you say it's just another lie?
It's making you doubt him if he owns his grace.
And whether he did all the things Bible says,
Did all the things Bible says.
just cause the sun couldn't shine in your rain,
The sun couldn't shine in your rain.
it's making it hard to believe in leaves.
Hard to believe that he
But I won't tell you, see,
did, God, he did.
in times of troubles,
He did, God, he did.
know that God is able.
He did, God, he did.
When nobody did, nobody did. See, I stood there talk, say,
He did, God, he did.
in times of troubles,
He did, God, he did.
know that God is able.
He did, God, he did.
When nobody did, nobody did. No crack, minim die chong snow mo. Uma me nam pim cry, meet me or shoes mo. Mami kwame kan was same view. So be ni mranka didi su nya dio. Sadie ne ku wana jofa. No be ma what wa ye yi anopa. Hey babe, but what busu mo din hey. So what this mo do so keshe kra mu say.
He did, God, he did.
In times of trouble,
He did, God, he did.
know that God is able.
He did, God, he did.
When nobody did, nobody
God, he did.
See, I stood there talk,
He
say,
did, God, he did.
in times of trouble,
He did, God, he did.
know that God is able.
He did, God, he did.
When nobody did, nobody
God, he
did.
Yeah, boy. This king's kid. Hey. Lazio beat. Highness. Hey, wado. Now miti senya miti. Hey, wado. Now miti senya miti. If it had not been for your mercy, if it had not been for your grace, Lord, I don't know where I would be. Watching me free from trouble, letting me see your potential. Lord, it's your grace. Yeah. Watching me free from trouble, letting me see your potential. Yeah. It's your grace, oh, your grace, oh, your grace, oh, your grace, oh. It's your grace, oh, your grace, oh, your grace, oh, your grace, oh. My God, there's love in you.
Sister, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again. It be so. Brother, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again. It be so.
All right. I hope you guys were blessed by the songs you guys requested for. And yes, Mr. Kyei Mensah is here. He requested 2 songs for his friends. God by Kingsley Ampofo and Kofi Nkrumah featuring La Famille, Born for Good. I know he has reasons why he requested those songs, but he's in the house. Welcome to the Ghana Urban Gospel Show, bro.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
The cool, calm Kyei Mensah is here.
Sometimes.
Is it sometimes? So are you a bit aggressive sometimes?
When I have to be.
When you have to be aggressive. Chad, that was a wonderful performance you gave us to kickstart the show. That's Ayeyi.
Yeah, I released that in February.
February this year. We're going to talk into detail about the song and why you decided to read that particular song. But we want to know much about Mr. Kyei Mensah. And then Mr. Nakao. Your father is not here, so I've given the name to you. So we want to know much about Mr. Kyei Mensah. How the journey started, when did he start doing music? And then we know your father is Freddie Ma, the legendary Freddie Ma. Yeah. Words are not enough to describe him, but today it's all about you. Yeah. And once your father is a legendary songwriter, producer, and all that, definitely your journey started quite early. So can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so thank you for having me,
Thanks.
guys. I'm really happy to be here. Music started very, very early. I mean, it's a cliche when people say they started singing in church, but I didn't start singing in church. I started singing in the studio. That's my dad's studio, you know, and around 6-7 years, that's when I started learning how to play the keyboard. Okay. Yeah, so I still kind of read and play the keyboard. You know, like I can read the staff notes. The staff notes. And play the keyboard. So, went to Christ the King. I joined the choir in Christ the King from class 2 all the way to Form 3 till I left. Okay. Then I moved to Reverend John 10 Memorial Institute, and I was in a band there too, I think from Form 2 or Form 3 till the end. Then Central University. But then music really started in John 10. When honestly speaking, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow.
That's what I wanted to be. Before that, I wanted to be a Power Ranger.
I can fault you. I can fault you. We all wanted to be Power Rangers.
Yeah, so, but when I went to secondary school, I started doing the music, but then I found myself very, very intrigued about media, journalism, all of that. So I decided to, pursue that. So when I went to Central University, I studied communication studies. Okay. But I was in Central University the final year. The last week in school, that's when I realized that I was called to do ministry. It was like I realized, I always knew. But that was the point where I was super convinced that this is your path. This is what you're supposed to do. So yeah, in 2018, by God's grace, we released Yambetre. That was the first single. Then in 2020, Take It All, which by God's grace got a nomination at the VGMAs. Exactly. Best Male Vocal Performance. Then Ayeyi. In 2021, yeah. So your musical journey basically started at home. Yeah, your father's studio. I mean, and all that. As young as 10, 8, I was singing on jingles that were on radio. I remember the biggest one that I did was for Peace FM's 10th anniversary. Okay. So my dad and I composed a song and I sang on it, and it was like on the radio station for like a year. Everywhere, Charlie. So it was good. It was good. As for your father
he being the legendary person he is,
Yeah.
I know definitely opened doors of opportunities for you. So
Yeah.
I know you probably saw so many mega stars
A lot.
like at the studio.
Yeah, a lot,
And I'm
a
sure
lot.
you probably was disturbing your dad whenever he was having a
Yeah,
session.
so we were talking about it backstage. I mean, I was always in the studio, always in the studio. Like, I would leave upstairs, come to the studio, I'll be there, disturbing them. They'll tell me to go back, I'll come back again, you know. I think it was from a young age. So I was talking to my father last time, he was like, he's putting 2 and 2 together, and he realizes that this was what I was going to do eventually.
So it means that he didn't really push you or force you to learn music.
He didn't push or force me. I'll say he forced me to learn the keyboard, but it helped. You know, it helped. But he didn't push me to do music full time. Like, as a matter of fact, I think I pushed him to support the whole thing. But then I knew he was going to support me either way. But he didn't push me to say, you have to release music, you have to do that. I think it was a personal decision. And he was very, very happy about it. You know, very happy about it.
One thing I can see about that is I'm a friend of your dad on Facebook. And so many people have asked him, why don't you do secular music? Because I remember you had an interview with Giovanni on TV during the press run for the VGMAs.
Yeah.
You were nominated. So, and then somebody like, oh, this guy's very talented, he can really sing. Why don't you let him try the... He said, no, he's not doing music because he just wants to do music and be popular. It's for fulfillment.
Yeah.
His spirit,
It's true.
he wants to have joy and fulfillment. And that is what I want him to do. I always want him to make sure that he's doing something that's from his heart and his soul. Because his father, you know me for doing something like that. So if I have a child, I'm definitely not going to force my child to do something else. I also want that child to...
You know, the part about fulfillment is, when I was growing up, I was exposed to a lot of different types of music.
Yeah.
But the ones that resonated with me a lot were R&B, neo soul, and jazz music.
Okay.
So I try my best to incorporate that.
All those things.
Into... So it's like I'm taking the genre of R&B and all of that, and I'm putting the gospel on it. You know, to share. So if you listen to any of my songs, there are elements of jazz or neo soul or like R&B in it.
True, because I hear you that you performed here during the vocals, like you could hear the vocals that there were times where you're going R&B, you're doing neo soul and stuff, and it's really refreshing. And I mean, for somebody like me who knows your background, like as soon as I saw, I was like, and my producers are already singing the song and stuff, and I know they're going to play multiple times on CJTV, and we love it. And so now that we are talking about the songs that you've released, the first song you released was
Nyamebetre. Technically, the first song I released was in university. I don't talk a lot about it. The title is wow, what's the title of that song? Trust in Me.
Trust in Me.
I released that in 2017 on campus. I did that. So I've been working with my producer since 2017.
What was the name of your producer?
Nick Records.
All right.
He was actually my roommate.
Wow.
In uni. We're roommates from like 2013.
Till you guys completed.
So we completed, and we are still friends now. So he was the one that produced that first song for me. It was in 2017 when our hostel just recorded that song. But yeah, technically, you could say Nyamebetre was my first single, because that's what...
Officially.
Yeah, officially, that was my first single.
And then the second song was Take It.
Yeah, Take It All.
Take It All.
I don't know if I have time to tell you the story about Take It All.
Please
but
do.
Take It All is a testimony.
Please do.
I always say
Share
this.
it.
So in 2018, I was with a label.
Okay.
Right? And that's when we were recording Nyamebetre.
Okay.
So it was going smoothly. Let me tell you the truth, I didn't have any idea about music business at that time.
At all.
So in 2019, I think things were not going too well with the label and I. So we decided to part ways. 2019 was such a tough year for me. I mean, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it was very, very tough. You know, even though that was the year that God opened doors for me to minister at Joe Metals, Wind of Revival, and then Ohima Mrs. Tehina. You know, but 2019 was a very, very weird year for me. So I remember August Worship 2019, I said rejection, not trick, and rejection. I mean. And on that stage, I prayed and I said, God, if you really want me to continue this ministry, please finance my next song for me. So in December, Nick Records, my friend Nick, texted me and was like, do I have any song that I want to work on or anything? I was like, oh yeah, I have a couple of songs I want to work on. And I sent him the recording of Take It All.
Take It All.
Yeah, I had recorded it already with a previous label, but because of some reasons, I couldn't use that recording.
Okay.
So I called him and he's like, Charlie, he loves the song. let's just record. I was like, Charlie, I don't have money to pay. He was like, oh, let's just pay prepaid. That was all. So then I gathered a couple of my friends, Nat and Justice, shout outs to them. We went to a church to go and record the keyboards and then the guitar. The first one, the files got corrupted.
Charlie.
Okay, I was like, oh fine, no problem, we can go in again. Then the second time, same thing again. Third time, same thing again. I said, God, what's happening? They recorded the fourth time, and then this time the producer was like, oh, it was fine. Then we went to the studio, we found out there was a problem with the recording. And we're done with the vocals and everything. I was like, I can't put out a song like this. You know, like we've put a lot of work in it. So my friend Nick went to another producer's place. It's called Jonas of Aeon Music. Okay. And he listened to the song and he calls me and he's like, look, I like this song so much. I want to program everything for you again. Okay. So he played everything for free. Wow. He played everything again. I called my friend Obin King. He's in Shinani. Okay. He's a bassist. And I was like, Charlie, I need you on this project. He was like, oh, Charlie, I like your music and everything, so I'm playing for you for free. Wow. And then eventually I called Edohema, shout out to Edohema, and I was like, Edo, I need soprano for this song. And that time she was in the UK. Yeah. And she was telling me that she was babysitting at that time. Oh, okay. And the kid is like constantly crying.
I think I've seen her post stuff like that.
Constantly crying. So she said, for some reason, when she started recording my song, the child did not cry. Wow. Till she finished the recording. Then we're done, and then my friend Robert, he called me and was like, Charlie, I want to take care of your cover art and putting the song on Apple Music and all that. And then the song comes out, and unfortunately, radio stations are like, it doesn't sound gospel. I don't think we'll be able to play the song because it doesn't sound so good. It's a gospel. You know. So, I mean, the song was not doing well at all. I won't lie to you, it was not doing well at all. I mean, it was blessing a lot of people, but it wasn't doing well.
Like
commercially. Then I was there on a Sunday, and then somebody DM'd me, a friend of mine DM'd me. It wasn't my friend at that time. Shout out to Kwamna Boateng. He DM'd me and was like, the song has touched him so much, he wants to pay for a music video. Okay. So I'm like, it's good. They're really showing out. They're really showing out. So we recorded, we shot a video. We're about to go and shoot another scene, and then COVID came. Yeah. Charlie.
Slow things down.
Slow things. And then the director and I had an idea that let's just ask people to send in videos of them, you know, singing the song. And then we just did that, and the video came out. And when the video came out, I mean, it was doing well a bit. So 2020, Take It All was just carrying me throughout. And then 2021, on a Saturday, I was at Spintex. And then my phone started blowing up. I was like, what's happening? And I checked, and we got a nomination at the VGMAs. And I'm like, this is like a movie right here. It feels like a movie right here because if you look at how the song started, how everything started, it looked like I was not going to be able to record the song at all. And to get a nomination at the VGMAs, which is like the biggest award show in Ghana, one of the biggest on the continent, actually. It was such a great thing. And it goes to show that once you really diligently do God's work, He's always going to reward you. You know, so yeah, it was from that place. A lot of doors open, Charlie. You have to take it all, actually.
So you're nominated for Male Vocalist
Male Vocal Performance of the Year.
That's a specialty award. It means that you have to show out.
Yeah. And also in that category with Kiddy, Jometo, Emoji, Aquabua, and actually Kingsley performed too. Wow. So it was a tough, very tough. But then congratulations to Emoji.
And I mean, to be in that category as well with Killers. That's a blessing. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take the video, Take It All. When we return, he's going to give me the acapella of Take It All. I want you to know that he wrote the song and he's the one you saw. So let's enjoy Take It All. We'll be back shortly.
Sister, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again. It be so. Brother, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again. It be so.
When I wake, can't wait to see your face. When I wake, Can't wait to hear your voice. There's so much that I want, but you are all I need. I want to feel your embrace and your love all around me. Words can't explain what you mean to me. Silver or gold could never buy the love you give. All I have to give is my heart and soul. Take it all, it's yours. Take it all today. I give it all to you. Take it all. Take it all. Take it all today. I give it all to you. Take it all. You're the air that I require each day. You're the song that I will sing all my days. You mean the world to me, and nothing will change that. You're the love of my life, and the reason why I smile today. Words can't explain what you mean to me. Silver or gold could never buy the love you give. All I have to give is my heart and soul. Take it all. Take it all. Take it all
Sister, you to go church every time. Know that means say you be born again. It be so. Brother, you to go church every time. Know that means say you be born again. It be so.
Give me the acapella of Take It All.
Alright.
You wrote the song. We want to know it's you.
Take it all today. I give it all to you. Take it all. Take it all. Take it all today. I give it all to you. Take it all.
Ti bibiaje.
Bibiaji.
Swa.
Swa.
Mempe asembia.
Fabibia.
Mempe Moses Temptation. Glory, no. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyei Mensah is in the house.
Yeah.
He's been a blessing so far. There's so many things we're going to talk about. He was nominated Best Male Vocalist.
Vocal performance, yeah.
Yeah, for VGMA 2020 or the 21st anniversary. And yeah, he was in the same category as Joe Metal, MOG, and Charlie, Kiddy, and more. Bro, for you to be in that category alone shows that you had to work hard. In as much as we have to pray and be devoted to the work of God, we also must show excellence. You understand? And excellence is very, very important. So it means that you guys took your time to do the song, because when you were sharing the story, you did it first time.
Yeah.
Corrupt. First time, corrupt. Second time, corrupt. Third time, corrupt. You had to call people that were talented and that were also ready to serve to help you put it together. So how big, I mean, we always talk about excellence, but how big is excellence for you?
I mean, it's everything. It's everything. My producer will say everything has to be on point. It has to be on point. I believe in giving God the best. That's why I've always said that Psalm 33 verse 3 is my verse. Skill. Like, play skillfully, sing skillfully. Skill is like very, very important to me. Because I believe if I'm asking God for something, I wouldn't want to have cooked. If I'm asking God for something, I want it like well prepared. So if I'm going to give something back to God, I have to give it to Him well prepared. Because Take It All is a song that has been in the works since 2018.
Wow.
And released in 2020. I wrote it with my roommate at that time. Shout out to Steve Wanompe. I wrote it with him, you know. So even Ayeyi took almost a year before coming out, you know. When it came to writing, when it came to the production and everything, it took some time, you know. And it takes some time too, because music production is very, very intricate, you know. It's very, very intentional. What the guitarist is playing, what the bassist is playing, what the keyboardist is playing. That's the technical side. And when it comes to the spiritual side, which is very, very important, it's about timing. If God hasn't told you to move and you move, Charlie, you'll be found wanting, it doesn't go well. So it's a lot of sensitivity. It's a lot of sensitivity when it comes to the music. The spiritual side is very, very important. And it's a balance too. It can't be off balance. There's not like too spiritual, but then you can't dwell on that so much. You leave the music itself. That's why, by God's grace, the music that I put out, I feel like it will have longevity. It will be music that will be played 10 years, 20 years, 50 years from now. And people will be like, the production was solid. Everything about that song was solid. So I'm very, very huge on,
Ladies and gentlemen, please listen to Kyei Mensah, the young artist out there. He's a young man as well. So we, the young artists, we need to understand that excellence is key. It's necessary. Yeah. You cannot give God just anything. You have to give God your very best. The very best is you. Your very best. That means that God gave you the talent of singing. You cannot just sing just anyhow. Yeah. You have to sing very well. Songwriting, write very well. If you are a technical guy, do it very well. If you're hosting a show, do it very well. Produce it very well, and then represents the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And then you drop Ayeyi this year. It's one of my favorite songs. I love it so much.
I think out of all the 3 songs I've recorded, I think that one, so far, I have songs that are in the vaults that are actually like my favorite. But then the songs I've put out so far, I think Ayeyi is my favorite because I love the song.
I love the song. I really love the song.
I love it so much.
The first time I heard it, but I also heard you play the acoustic on Giovanni. I was like, has he recorded this song? Like, he must record this song because this song it's really intimate. As soon as you start singing it, the words are, please give me that cappella.
Uyo nyamia, uyo nyamia, uyo nyamia, ayeyi sewo, koto drenina, tetremenina, diadansia se, wona puyo hino, uyo nyamia, uyo nyamia.
If you ever do a remix, Charlie, let me jump
in. Definitely, man. I think I should even throw a challenge to the rappers, Charlie.
Do it. Let me just drop a verse on this thing and then video crash. Charlie. CJ Multimedia. Video. I love the song and I know it's doing well out there. A lot of people are when I said I was bringing Kyei Mensah, a lot of people were like, yo, Charlie, he come and make you sing Ayeyi, make you sing Ayeyi, make you sing Ayeyi. And yes, I made sure he sang Ayeyi at the beginning of the show. So I know you have an album coming up.
Yeah, it's more like an EP.
An EP right now. Okay, so you have an EP coming up. Kindly run us through the EP. I know are you done with everything yet?
No. I'm not like even 20% done. Okay. In my mind, I think from my team, they'll be like, oh, we've gotten somewhere. But then the title of the EP is Sound and Faith.
Sound and Faith.
It was supposed to be a journey of sound. I think I just gave a spoiler. That's what eventually the album is going to be called, A Journey of Sound and Faith. But this is just Sound and Faith. And I was having a conversation with a woman. She owns this restaurant, Capo Cappuccino.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was having a conversation with her. And she's a writer too.
Okay.
So we're having a conversation, and then she wrote a full story. I didn't even know she was writing something. And the title of the story that she wrote was on the newspaper. It was A Journey of Sound and Faith, which is crazy because I gave my life to Christ in SS.
Okay.
And since then, it literally has been a journey of faith. A journey of faith being there are some days where I've lost my faith. There are some days where my faith is on like 100%. There are some days where I have doubted God, literally. And with a journey, it's never really smooth. It's never really smooth. There are always like hitches somewhere. And with the part about sound, I believe I've listened to every single genre of music that there can be. You know, I have sung multiple events. I have ministered at multiple places. It's been a journey of that sound where I've listened to a lot of things. I have been influenced by a lot of music. So I'm trying to not say cram, but I'm trying to put all of that together in 5 songs.
Okay.
And I'm trying to put all of that in 5 songs. So the EP is a very, very diverse EP.
Okay.
You have some African soca type of thing. You have jazz, you have strict R&B music, you have worship music, you know, and I'm blessed to have some of the best musicians in the country.
Please give me the...
Yeah, so this is exclusive for, you know, you guys. This is an exclusive. I've not put out the
All right,
feature.
I'm waiting.
So by God's grace, I have Edohima
Okay.
on the album. We actually have a song which will be coming out very soon.
Great.
We've recorded that. I have Kofi Nkrumah on the album, solid minister of God, and I have Niela on the album.
UK.
Niela is my sister, like from way back, you know, and I'm so excited about it because it's been a long journey. It's been a long time, you know. I've always wanted to put out music since I realized that I could sing. I've always wanted to put out music, and it's such an emotional and like a blessed feeling to know that like one of my biggest dreams, which was to put out a project, is coming to pass, and I really can't thank God enough.
You really can't thank God enough. So sound and faith.
Yeah.
So we should be looking out for the EP soon.
Yeah, soon. Not this year though, but then it's very soon.
It's in the works.
Yes,
okay.
in the works.
We'll be waiting.
Oh, that's what I was saying. You don't get choice.
We will
You
wait.
forward it.
When it comes to, we shall see.
Yeah.
When it comes, we shall see if you won't give it to us. Don't bring it on the show. Don't bring it and see. Your father's house at Pokwasi, I'll be storming the
Hey, you have leak my. Don't leave my Pokwasi. Please.
I know some area be around that side. I know the exact location. I have video. I have Google. You'll be there one day, no, your father is playing piano and him. So then you open his one eye, they will give me sign there. Then me and my squad from CJ Multimedia, they storm the yard.
Charlie.
It will be hectic. So we'll be waiting for sound and faith, and I'll be looking forward to that. And I pray that God blesses it and makes sure that everything that needs to be put together or done to make that EP a success happens, and then it takes you to another level. We will support it. We will play.
You so much, man.
Anytime you have a video, don't hesitate, Charlie. You're my bro, and I have much love for you and what you do. And so,
Thank you so much, man.
you are home. You are home. You are home. You are home. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Ghana Urban Gospel Show live on CJTV. Like the page for me on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Someone the Christ Junkie. Follow us on Instagram, the Ghana Urban Gospel Show. On Twitter, urban_Ghana. And before you go, right?
Yeah.
Can you give me like 5 artists that you really like listening to, like gospel artists?
Ooh, definitely.
If you like, you can give me amongst the young ones, and then you can give me.
Oh yeah.
So give me the young
Among the young people, I love listening to Luigi McLean.
Yeah.
Love him. I love listening to Kofi Nkrumah. He has like, for me, Kofi Nkrumah has the best album out now.
I think it was released.
Yeah.
You
the
guys
Love
on it?
Yeah. No, I'm not on it. I'm not on it. Yeah. But yeah.
There's an album that you're on.
Yeah, that's Eddie Kumsen's album.
Eddie Kumsen,
yeah,
right,
Songs
okay,
from the
Eddie
Prayer
Kumsen.
Room. Yeah. So Kingsley Ampo, Luigi McLean, Kofi Nkrumah, Kingsley Ampo. I'm giving you 5 Ghana, and I'll give you 5 international.
Fine. It works for
I'm
me.
breaking the rules.
Give me 5.
I love Niela.
Yeah.
I love Niela a lot. And the last person, Philippa Jali.
Philippa Jali. That's a strong 5.
Yeah, that's a strong 5. Those 5 boys, Charlie.
I'll be waiting for them. I'll be reaching out to them to come on this.
And then
show.
internationally, Kimberell.
Yeah.
Kimberell, that's my mother.
You like it?
One time. I love Marvin Sapp.
I think I can see something
Yeah.
there you guys have.
Yeah, I'm breaking the rules a little. I love Lila Hathaway. Lila Hathaway is one of the like legendary jazz vocalists. I love who again? My international people, they are not playing like that too.
Makes it honorable mentions.
Yeah, honorable mentions.
Nigeria, South Africa.
Oh, South Africa. I like Nkubeko.
Nkubeko.
I love Nkubeko. And then finally, number 5, Jonathan McReynolds.
That's a good list. I'm going to review the show, and then I'll write them down. I'm going to check out their recent works again, and then I'm going to enjoy it. So Kyei Mensah gave us 5 people. These are people you should support. Go out there, listen to.
Yeah, especially the Ghanaians.
The Ghanaians
really
especially.
support them, man.
And before you go, we want you to give us your social media handles where we can get all your wonderful songs and your YouTube channel as well.
All right, so it's Kyei Mensah _ on Twitter and Instagram, Kyei Mensah on Facebook, Kyei Mensah on YouTube. And with my songs, I have 3 singles out, Ayeyi, Take It All, Nyambetre. It's all on digital platforms. You can also find music that I've been featured on. Eddie Kumsin songs from the prayer room. I have Bafos, Ayeyi, Use, Uyonyame, and then a lot of, like a host of other songs, Obin King's projects, Charlie, just check it out. And please support us, support the upcoming people. Just share, listen to their music. Please don't download it illegally. You hurt us.
Please stream it for us.
Stream it for us, you know, and just
yeah.
share, share. And always keep us in your prayers because it's very important. And if you want to book Kyei Mensah or anything, you can just email at bookkyeiMensah@gmail.com. bookkyeiMensah@gmail.com.
The Kyei is Kyei.
KyeiMensah. Okay. Or you can text and WhatsApp. Please don't call. Text or WhatsApp 054-872-6952. 054-872-6952. Or you can call, but please, it's an official line. It's no, I don't even have the phone on me. So it's an official line. So please, thank you so much.
All right. So Kyei is about to leave. We would love to honor your father one of these days. So we'd love to have him on the show.
Definitely.
And that man is a legend. So please, I have to talk to him.
Definitely.
Let me know if I have to come to the studio. We'll carry
yeah, definitely.
Go to the studio and talk to him. We would love to see him very much. And we want to say shout outs to the legendary himself, Mr. Kyei Mensah. The correct man. Fredima, the correct one, Charlie. God bless you very much. So I'll be seeing you shortly. We'll be having events soon, and we'll definitely call you to come around. And whenever you drop something, we'd love to see you. So ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana Urban Gospel Show, we just spoke to the one and only Kyei Mensah, the Ayeyi hitmaker, Charlie. God bless him so much. We're going to have another guest on the show. He's one of the legendary poets of our generation. He goes by the name Rhymesonny. So ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy Rhymesonny.
Sister, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again. It be so. Brother, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again. It be so.
Lord, it's been a while. My face looks like the residential quarters for smile, but deep within me is bitterness. I'll become bitter than the bile, because the things I used to preach against have become my style. I just got married to sin. Sin just walked me down the aisle. See, I stand before thee with this sinful file. I'm ready for a trial, and I wish this interaction was Ghana's election petition, and the proceedings was on television, so people can see the real me. I neglected you, forgetting that you see better than any CCTV. I am so sorry. Now the devil has given me a new CV, a new resume, consuming me. Rhymesonny, age 27, a hard-working, serious Christian whose vision is to be in heaven, but I have found in sin a safe haven. From 2004 to 2007, I had my master's degree in masturbation technology, and since then prayer has become my allergy. And anytime I do it, I see my soul reciting an elegy. I can feel the will of my soul, but my body make weak. I masturbate 2 to 4 times a week, making my prospects of being in heaven very bleak. The Bible clearly states that we should seek you first, but sincerely speaking, Lord, you are my last remedy. In church, I see all salvation sermons as a night of 1,000 laughs, total comedy. See, if richness was being determined by goodness, then indeed I am a needy. I have sinned against heaven and earth, my soul and body. I know I need an orthopedic, but the question is, am I even ready?
Sister, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again. It be so. Brother, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again. It be so.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're still watching the Ghana Urban Gospel Show. Please continue to like the page and share the page on Facebook for me. The Ghana Urban Gospel Show is on YouTube as well. It's someone, the Christ Junkie. Share it. Let your friends know that the show is live. I have a legendary poet in the house. See. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the one and only, one of the pioneers of spoken word poetry of our generation, a bona fide poet, a poetic superstar in the house, a legend by all standards. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Rhymesonny, big boss.
Thanks so much for having me, man.
I'm really glad.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time, incredibly long time. Whenever I see you, I'm very, very happy. I'm filled with joy. I still remember the very first day we met, over 10 years ago. I think we met at Osu, one mic.
Yes, exactly.
One mic, and at I was very skinny, very tight. Right now, I've grown out beard and all that, Charlie.
But in the art realms, age doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And size, body size, and nothing matters. It's all about your creativity and what is in you. So I'm also proud of you, seeing you go through the years, still doing it, and great, congrats.
Congrats, thank you very much. I'm very humble. When an OG also says you've done well, it means that, Charlie, you've done well. So I'll take it. This one, I'll collect all the showers and Charlie. Me use umbrella. I mean, use because me genie name for me. Sharp. So, Rhymesonny is in the house. We're going to talk to him. A lot of you requested that I bring him on the show because I keep telling you, this show is for urban gospel, rap, poetry, dance. It's for creativity. Basically, we are honoring young people, adults, whoever it is that is skillful, creative, and wants to use their talents to make an impact in our generation. So, Rhymesonny is in the house. He's going to tell us what he's about. He's a man of many things, many things. So we are going to delve into it. So we're going straight to it. So Mr. Rhymesonny, the name tells us that there's rhyming and everything in there.
Yeah.
So how did the journey start from you? We want to start from like the beginning to where we are right
now. From back in the days when I used to write music, I had, I remember, first year in the University of Ghana, 2002, I had this group called the Network Music Group Incorporated. And I'm glad that you just interviewed Kyei Mensah because his father was my producer at the time. I used to bring my friends from school, leg on in the night, we'll run away to his studio, spend the whole night there. I will write songs, they will record and all of that. After a while, I felt that I'm not carved for music. So let me find my niche. And then poetry came. So the first time I ever tried my hands on poetry was a competition that I entered in by Metro TV.
Yeah.
Uncle Ebo White and Dime Akayensu were the judges. It was a love poetry competition. And then I entered over 1,000 entries. That was my first time I was trying my hands on poetry because I knew music, but I didn't know the extension of it, which is poetry.
Okay.
And then I came out tops over 1,000 entries.
Wow.
And then I realized that this is where I'm supposed to be because I felt like it fits my personality and also all the things that I embody as a product of literature.
So you started from music. So there's music in there. You wrote songs and everything, and then you transitioned into poetry.
Yes, I've been a ghostwriter for many artists back in the days. And so most of my pieces comes from the background of music. And music and poetry, I don't see any difference. Currently, the project I'm working on is called Music in Poetry, where I'm fusing music. I want to bring out the musicality of poetry. So it's an amazing project. I've got lots of musicians on it. And when the time is right, well, let's...
Please, before the time is right, even if it's left, send me copy, demo, original, master.
You have a taste of it.
Thank you very much.
After this interview.
That is all I want. That is all I want. So we started from music and then poetry. You carved your niche in poetry. Do you remember when you took part in that competition? Because I think I saw something like that.
2004. 2004.
2004.
Yes.
That's like 17 years ago.
Yes, and I still perform that particular poem that I entered with, and it's amazing. So from day one, I have known my strength. lyrically, and I know my style from day one up to now. I always tell people that whatever I see poetry as a product. So I am an entrepreneur, and whatever I'm selling, I need to make sure the product is right and I can serve my audience well. So first of all, my style, I have not deviated from it. I've actually improved upon it. I've moved from being the best of a rhymist to the world record in alliteration. And so style as a product, style as part of carving your product is key. And knowing your audience is also very key. So that is, these are a few secrets that have kept me to now.
All the young poets watching the show, when sometimes we are telling you some things, you think it's too no or anything. Rhymesonny is here, he's telling you. He himself, the OG, he had to carve a niche for himself. He had to find his place, develop himself, and he understands that what? Poetry is a product, he's an entrepreneur. So he doesn't just see himself as an artist. He sees himself as a business person, also trying to sell or market a product.
Yes.
So quality is important. And I keep telling you guys that you can write a poem today and still perform it 10 years later if you wrote it very well. He says he still performs that particular piece in 2004. That's 17 years ago.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, to the young ones, I'm just repeating it for you so that you can understand it in case it's going over your heads. I'm breaking it down for you. Boss, continue. So from 2004,
yes,
you won that competition.
I won that competition after uni.
You went to Legon?
Yes, I went to University of Ghana. After uni, during my national service, I really loved that particular period because I had this friend who really believed in the things that I used to write. And then also the office that I did my national service and work, they gave me opportunity. I had so much support from my bosses at the time. So the internet was also fresh and there for me to explore more and learn and become a master in that area. So from 2006, I took off. But before coming into poetry, I realized that we need to build a community of poets. And so whatever you're doing, if you're not connected to other people doing the same thing, you can't grow in it. So I try to bring poets together. That is the journey. That is how I met people like you. But I didn't even just do a poetry community. I was in the area of music also trying to support and trying to help other poets, other writers, other general musicians, performers, especially contemporary gospel artists, because I found out that was the area that was also lacking support.
Exactly.
And I am a unique person. Every part of me is unique. So whatever I want to support, I need to pick some unique stuff. And gospel rap or urban gospel was one of the areas that I showed interest in.
Yeah.
So that's how come you find me on all of those urban gospel platforms. And yes.
Well, 10 years ago when we started the urban gospel movement, I realized that I think it was the first show, the first and the second show. I think I saw you at the second show because it was a monthly show at XFM by J Smoke. And then you came, I don't know, it was the first and second.
So
all the shows, you've been there. So at the time, I'd met a lot of poets at other shows and stuff with my group and everything, Heaven's Connection and all that. And we came, we had our own community, we were growing then. And then I also expanded on my poetry, on my spoken word poetry and stuff. So it also connected me to you guys and everything. And then People of Equal Thoughts.
Exactly.
That was the community you
so that was the community that I started. Using social media at the time to identify poets, bring them together, and create platforms for them. So at a point, I had a 5-year development plan for poetry in Ghana. Though I may not be the sole owner of it, but we needed to take some deliberate steps to make sure that it grew to a certain point. So our first year, where we use the social media to bring people together. The second year, we try to create platforms for them. That's when we we started our open mic sessions, our Lewa poetry festivals and shows.
And
exactly.
and
Then
stuff.
we realized that not everybody wants to take their poetry to another level, so we need to downsize and focus on a few people, use our resources, our network and everything to support them in that area. We have to also grow our tentacles and go outside, find connections outside the country, and then reposition ourselves well as a commercial entity. So that is the journey that I've been
That's the
taking.
journey. One thing I loved about People of Equal Thoughts, for me, because I started in 2009 with my group, and we were all doing something that was kind of like never been done before, and we were pioneering it. So one thing I loved about our generation is, even though I'm younger, I'm part of you guys, your generation, because by virtue of how long I've done it. And one thing I loved about that generation was there was this desire for unity, desire for oneness.
You can't build an industry without building blocks of community or fan bases behind different people. So we needed to use names to build those little foundations so that we come together as an industry
and do things together.
Exactly. And also we are not just looking at poets, but also
expanded.
poetry lovers.
Yes.
So even if you're a musician and you love poetry, we'll find a way to convert you to a poet at a point.
And we did a great job with that, with regards to, if you notice, when the comedy industry was coming back, like this generation of comedians were coming, we used to perform on almost all their shows.
Exactly.
At the malls, schools, everywhere.
Yes.
And spoken word poetry, and we worked with musicians, Bless the Mic, all those.
We haven't stopped. For example, my first performance at the British Council saw all other event promoters and event organizers coming to me and showing me this is happening here, this is happening there, this is happening here. But before going on that stage, I have prepared. I knew I was the best. And so it wasn't difficult for me to break through the mainstream poetry, music industry. My first ever major performance, caught the eyes of all the other promoters and event organizers in the country, and they started giving me platforms. I didn't want to use this platform for myself, but to also bring in other poets who are equally as good as myself. So for example, when Metro TV started the comedy show, at the Citizen Comedy Show, the first opportunity that I got after I blew up, I told Seth Meyer that, look, there are other great poets, even better than me. Let's bring them. After a 6-week period, the show was 4 comedians, 4 poets. Myself, Mutombochi, Moment, and Nasa. Say everybody was having we're giving people a hell of their money. Comedians, musicians, yes. When a poet is on stage, you get the same level of entertainment, the same level of excitement, fulfillment that you can have from a musician. That is the level, and we are still having back down. So it was that habit that we needed to deliberately place ourselves at certain positions and also break certain connections so that it can help other poets who are also developing and coming up.
Are you both listening? So whether you're a contemporary artist, traditional, you're urban gospel, or a rapper, a dancer, a comedian, a technical guy, it's very, very important to come together, do things, network.
Exactly.
Because when you identify as one, you are able to penetrate into certain realms and certain worlds. One person can introduce you to 20, another person will introduce you to 1,000, one person will introduce you to 200, 500. When you guys come together, all those people come together and then will support what you guys are doing. And that's why it's very, very important that we connect with one another. And it is also essential that every time I try to bring people like Rhymesonny, and every artist, if you notice that I bring on this show, they always understand that particular vision and idea. And this day and age that we live in, people are narcissists right now. It's like everything me, social media and stuff.
It's nobody will, if you search, you won't go far. Let me say that when you take care of others, God takes care of yours. So which one do you prefer? God taking care of yours or you taking care of others? It's vice versa. It's happened like that. So as an artist, you need to have a strategy, or let's say strategy or tactics. What I try to do, some of the things you can't communicate it verbally to artists. They may not understand. So you need to practicalize it. I've been able to collaborate with musicians. I've been able to collaborate with dancers. Some of my performers, I use dancers. Some of my performers, I use painting, fashion designers, different groups of in the same creative art fraternity. It is deliberately positioning poetry in their minds that poetry is the best alternative form for anything entertainment, education, and information dissemination. And poetry, and even when you go to the church, poetry plays a huge role. The Bible has over, the Old Testament has over 1/3 of its content being written in poems. Even some of their poetical books, the Psalms, Song of Solomon's, Ecclesiastes, Lamentation, these are pure poetry. But even in the books of Isaiah, Ezekiel, and other small books have poetry having a lot more of their content. When it comes to the New Testament, it's the same. So we play a vital role in the development of the church. So I want churches should see poets and develop their talent. What a preacher man can take 30 minutes to do on a pulpit, a poet can use 5 minutes to execute the same and have the same impact if we are trained and coordinate our activities well. So we shouldn't box ourselves. We should know the power we hold and push for it.
We shouldn't box ourselves. We should know the power we hold and push for it. That's what Rhymesonny Estella. Ladies and gentlemen, everything he's saying is layered. We need to take your time and then pay attention, listen to it very well, and then I know it's going to be of blessing to you. So, Mr. Rhyme, we've spoken about all these things, the community, how we've built the community, and how it's grown so far. We want you to highlight some of the works you've done. I know my CV of Sin. I also know the GOAT GOAT album. Which year did you release the GOAT album? And then CV of Sin.
Okay, so I took 10 years to develop the GOAT album.
Wow.
Came out in 2018. Yes. But before then, I've released my CV of Sin in 2014, which was really big and is still doing amazingly well in the streams. I can say that it is the only poem that I have had more than 10 poets doing covers of the same poem. And day in and day out, as people send me videos about how young poets are performing these poems in schools and in churches. And I am so proud of it. One time there was a huge radio discussion about the fact that do poets allow their works to also be performed? Sometimes there are two sides to it. There's the fulfillment side and there's also the business side. The business side or the economic side is the fact that sometimes you may also be on the same stage with the same poet when the poet is coming to perform your piece. It puts you, fulfillment-wise, it puts you on the pedestal that we are reading Shakespeare's books. We are enjoying Chinua Achebe and all of those legends. We are enjoying their books. So if people are enjoying my works, I don't have any problem with it. But we're still in that sphere where I'm still enjoying or I'm still making money from same works. So let's share. No wahala.
No wahala. So the GOAT album, how many pieces did you have?
The GOAT album has 22 poems.
Wow.
Yes.
10 years to develop.
I work with 9 producers. Yes. I work with Niso, ODB, Bikofi. Bikofi worked on Polite and Ethical Parties and my CV of Sin. Absolutely great guys.
Wow. So after CV of Sin, GOAT album, what other works have you really? I know you've performed at a lot of shows. We're going to talk about that too.
Yeah.
But what other works have you released after?
So after mostly has been travels and performances, which is very key to me. And after that as well, I also went back to the studio to put together an album which is ready. Okay. It's called the Dinkra. It's ready. I also have the Friends EP also ready, and I'm still working on the music and poetry. I believe that I'm yet to start. All the things that I've done in the past, these are foundations that have been building me, and so my new works needs time to germinate. So I've worked on them, they are ready, but I'm still getting industrial experts about the quality, the construction, different ideas. Yesterday I was with a producer and a lot of suggestions came up and I need to go back to the studio and work on it. I want to drop a project where everybody across can say that no, this is the level of poetry we want to enjoy. And also, we need to give poetry that commercial value. And with that said, we can't just do things anyhow. Yes.
So, of course, everything that you're saying, you started with the fact that you're an entrepreneur, and it's a product. Poetry is a product for you.
Yes.
And so, marketing is an important part. Networking is also important. But like every quality product, excellence is key.
Yes.
Branding it, taking your time to go through it, and then working and making sure that it comes out refined.
Yeah, that is the essence of being an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur simply means having a solution to a particular problem that you can make money out of it. So when I call myself a creative entrepreneur, I see poetry and writing as a product that I need to package it well, position it well, bring all the different aspects of marketing and sales to put it together, and also create a brand for myself. People don't usually pay good money for just product, but the story behind these products. And so I will urge everybody to be particular attention to some of these details when you are coming up, because it takes time. But if you do it well and you get to a certain level, your works will generate income for you nonetheless.
This is free consultational. This is something that you have to pay money, come to workshop, and then collect it. People have to be sending me Momo. You see, you have to be sending me Momo. Send me Momo. I'll give it to a Rhymesonny, because the tips he's giving to you guys. I pray and hope every young poet or any poet in Ghana watches this video, and then I pray that it blesses you, because what he's saying is very insightful. I'm learning a lot, and I'm also realizing that there are certain things I need to straighten in my work. Not even just in poetry, not just rap, even television, everything you do. Exactly. And it's very, very important. So being a creative entrepreneur has gotten you on multiple platforms. In the last, like, say, 5-10 years, I know you've performed at multiple shows. One of your good friends is Abeku Santana. And you and Abeku Santana have dealings and businesses that you guys handle together. We'll talk about that briefly. But what are some of the shows or personalities that you've performed for, or events that you performed at?
I've performed for almost all the presidents in the Fourth Republic. President Kufuor, Tamils, John Mahama, Nana Akufo-Addo, and also across the country. In the last 10 years, I've worked over 500 gigs.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm one particular person that keeps records. So it's also key for you as an entrepreneur. See your art as such, and your art is the product. So keep records
of it.
Keep records of monies that you are making from it. Keep records of every step of the way, the shows that you've performed. If you look at my press kit, every year I try to inspire people by the little I've done. And these are all key, and it helps build the brand that you're expected to do. So I keep records of everything, and I must say over 500 gigs the last 10 years.
That's a great job.
I've done. And that is when I'm able to understand that if somebody tells you can't do poetry full time, that person may lie to you, because you can easily hit a gig in a week. And there are 52 weeks in a year.
Yeah, multiple
so,
gigs.
But most of the gigs, it doesn't really matter, but count every little gig all the way as a stepping stone to building a bigger one later. In one of my pieces, I said that you can't get a gig until you get your first gig. You can't get your first gig until you get another gig. Everyone has to start from somewhere. Nobody started big. If you need a good foundation, you obviously have to dig. Don't be frustrated by the situation. Your own small way, find a way out of the situation. Don't sit on the way to the station. Hit the ground. Get a space, get a sound. Call your friends around. Put up your own show. Who knows? Your career may be on the path to become a suicide bomber, ready to blow.
This is freestyle in between. He's going to perform. He's going to perform. He's going to do it shortly, back to back. He's going to give it to us, and then we're about to wrap up. So, one thing I've learned about, one thing I've really learned today is the entrepreneur side of poetry. How you market, how you've been able to reach out to all these people and being on plethora of platforms throughout the country and even outside of the country, and you've spoken about networking, becoming one force, taking excellence.
Yeah,
key
knowledge sharing. Yes,
even
creating
how to
platforms for others.
Others too.
These are all key for that will all put together and help your name or your brand.
Help your name.
Because the more you support the community that you are in, all the goodies that people are enjoying, you also get a part of it. One of the things that I pride myself in is that almost the majority of the poets, the top poets that we have today, I have a hand
in one of them. Yes, definitely.
In them, in either their first appearance or certain things that I said to them that is helping them in the journey. And those are some of the things that we pride ourselves. So let's keep sharing. Let's keep building platforms for people with our resources. And let's keep taking all the God bless yous and the thank yous. These are things that build us to become a legend in any field that we are working at. Those thank yous and God bless yous, they are blocks that protect us to become who we are. So we shouldn't I don't see any poet as a competitor. I see people as, I see them as something to help us complete a task. Yes. So, yeah.
I'm glad you touched on that before, because I also wanted to ask you before we wrap up that I noticed that, like I said, in the beginning when we started and all that, we were together and stuff, but as soon as some people started doing well, started going here, some of us started playing shows, and we're increasing our legacy and stuff. Some people started feeling that they need to compete with each other, and then some of the poetry
competition is good. Is
but
great.
don't see somebody else as your enemy or something.
No, see, you can only see a fellow as a competitor when you are not prepared. Yes. For me, I don't see anybody matching my style, matching the depth of my knowledge, or taking it away from me. Exactly. No. All the things that you learn and you do, you practicalize it, nobody can ever take it away from you.
Because it's for you.
So who can ever be your competitor than taking what you have and adding it to theirs? No, it doesn't work like that. Competition is good, help us to become better people. But then, if you're in the same fraternity, there's a way to handle it. There's a way to handle it because the top is big, so much space. Everybody can have their own market. There are certain gigs that even come and I feel like, no, I don't deserve it. This person can do a better job than myself, looking at my niche and my character. So that is how it's supposed to be.
I appreciate that. It takes a certain level of maturity and longevity to understand these things. Like I said, this generation that we live in, people care about themselves more. They just want to be me. And they'll rather, instead of promoting a Rhymesonny project, you're like, hey, Rhymesonny is bigger than me. If I promote Rhymesonny's project, you'll be more famous than me. I'm like, no, he's been there before you. When you project Rhymesonny, people get to even see you because what? He has a name, he has a brand, he has a legacy. If you project someone, people get to see you because like they'll ask, do you even know someone? How long have you even been doing this to know a Salmon or a Rhymesonny? For you to be in the same place, even with Rhymesonny, it's a blessing because you have the opportunity to learn certain things that he didn't have anybody to teach him. Yeah. So he has over 10, 15 years of experience that he's going to give to you. He's giving it to you right now.
Well, I always tell people that I get a lot of inboxes about, can you be my mentor and all of that. You can actually learn from people without
even coming close.
Not just coming close, but then my hands are maybe full. No. I mentor a lot of young people, and I also learn a lot from them. Yes, there are certain times that I get these young guys to write for me. I need 2 lines of this topic to add to what I'm doing. It's like that, and that makes you better, because you are not just, the more you teach, the more you also learn as well.
And you get to tap from other people's uniqueness.
Yes.
Because every generation, like for example, all the rappers we know 20 years ago, their styles have influenced other rappers of this generation. And this current generation, you can see that the old rappers too are looking at them like, oh wow, I like this style. I like this style from this poet, from this guy. I can pick here, and then improve upon myself.
There are certain major gigs that comes, they call you, we need you to put together a piece in 2 days, and then you can see that you're not prepared for it. I can call 2 or 3 friends, guys, do this for me, do that for me. I put it together. We have a masterpiece. I don't take all the credits.
Sure.
Yes, it's great. I know that we are presenting a great product, and it's all goes down to support the whole industry, because when you work to a certain level as an artist, you give great performances and great products, and then another poet comes, it's also, so it's like that.
Dynamics.
But we should all be passionate and learn and rehearse and write. The most important thing I will leave with your audience is that they should read. Whatever you find, read. If you want to become a writer, it's not just about the ink, but you have to know how to read and think.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rhymesonny. Rhymesonny, give me some of your favorite poets in Ghana. Me, I know I'm one of them, so mention some
favorite poets.
Like poets that you can acknowledge that, maybe young people should learn from.
Yeah, I kind of like Amaze's poem, his writing. Yeah. I love Danasase, his accent and his depth in terms of blending the tradition and the heritage to what he has achieved. And I also love Ufosua, about her spontaneity, and then there's this Kosifiaka, amazing poet, amazing writer. I love their work so much. So many of them, I've had a hand in so many poets, and so, Charlie.
If I even give you an assignment.
And yourself.
Also me.
Yourself. At a point, I think we were nominated on the same
multiple
award,
times, yeah.
and then myself and my friend were like, let's leave this award for someone has really come a long way.
Yeah.
He needs this more than any other person.
At the end of the day, I remember one of the years too, I think the second one, the HVME. I told him, no, I didn't release anything. Rhyme and stuff. And I think that year you were the only person even in the category. I think somebody else too. And the person was here, I was like, yeah. They asked, Rhyme. I was like, yeah, but why are you asking me? The person that sent you stuff. I think it was an Urban Gospel Award. So they were asking me. I was like, nah, Charlie, when you see Rhyme, don't come and ask me.
We should work towards rewards, not awards.
Awards, you get it.
The difference between rewards comes with some commercial value.
Yes.
So
let's think about those ones too. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, if I leave Rhyme, so we have to do part 1, part 2, part 3. So, Mr. Rhyme, would you come back another time so that we delve into it?
Anytime.
Because I believe, is it even possible for us to even have like a workshop or something?
Yeah. Definitely. I've got a few slides that I have been
working on,
and also teaching people about public speaking. I also work as a marketing consultant with Kyei Mensah.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Mr. Santana.
Exactly.
Mr. Santana.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Mr. Santana.
He has
love to
been
meet
very
him.
supportive in terms of poetry in Ghana. He actually dedicated a few minutes of his
studio time
to
poetry.
Developing poetry, and also sometimes a whole month dedicated to urban gospel
too,
and all of that.
I really love to meet him one of these days, because I remember when he started doing that, I was like, yo, like we need stuff like this on mainstream, and the consistency of it opens a lot of doors for
the good
everybody.
thing about poetry is that there's so much we need to do, and so there's so much market for it.
We can go everywhere.
If you are in it, just develop the passion, because we haven't done much yet, and there's so much to do. Let's look at all these TV stations springing up. This is the time for you to take your art seriously. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rhymesonny on the Ghana Urban Gospel Show. Don't forget to share the page, like the page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Samoan the Christ Junkie. My name is the first chapter of the Book of Psalms. My name is Samoan. You can call me the Christ Junkie. So, Mr. Rhyme, kindly give us your social media handles and then bless us with the performance. Because if you don't, I'll shave my afro right now and put it on yours.
Okay, so you can follow me on all social media platforms at Rhymesonny, RHYMESONNY. Same on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook as well, and Tumblr, Snapchat, every other platform, the same name.
Rhymesonny.
So, yes.
All right, so we can get all your stuff on digital platforms, right?
Yes.
Digital platforms.
So currently, I have a little issue with my distributors. We are working on it, but in the next few days, it should be up again. Yeah.
Okay, so please, in the next few days, kindly check all digital platforms. You see every work of Mr. Rhymesonny. Please stream it, stream, share, recommend it to people. Let people also be blessed by what he does. And Charlie, we are grateful to have him here. I've known him for a long time, at least a decade, and he's a great guy. He's been supporting the culture, and so when I also have the platform, I have to give it back to people that have like done a great job to push the culture forward. These people have held the culture down, and we must pay homage to them and celebrate them as well. So, big man, thanks for coming on the show. Please, I'm going to leave here for you so that you give us back-to-back poetry. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm walking off set. The next person you'll be seeing is Mr. Rhymesonny blessing us with performances.
Sister, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again. It be so. Brother, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again. It be so.
Man is just like the wiper. We are meant to clean the windscreens of life for a greater journey. Man is fragile like the fiber, but with good optics, we can connect the world in a way that is not even funny. So wiper plus fiber may be equals Wi-Fi. Now ask me why I ask why. You see, we are meant to network locally in a higher frequency with respect to protocol. We are meant to build relationships that can land at any port of call. They say no man is an island. A life without friends is like living on the desert land. Friends don't mind if we're wearing rags or using Louis Vuitton bags. Friends come in either as expensive as a prince's robe or as cheap as a beggar's bag. Friends don't display their price tags, so you have to be careful when picking one from the shelf. You see, but to get the best of friends, you have to be the best version of yourself. So two friends should always be seen as building true friendship. True friendship here refers to a tunnel, two ends. Each end is a true end that leads to the hearts of true friends. But the trend today shows two types of friends. The one who come and spend time at your end every weekend, and the one who pretend to end the quarrel with you on a weekday but pick it up on the weekend. You see, when you're weekend, they see you as a liar. When you speak and people try to pick on, when you seek and nothing comes out, the word that comes to mind is a true friend. See, true friends are not really hard to find, but we have become difficult to be refined. We find it difficult to leave our past behind. We walk holding the grind like we are blind. We forget that we are one of a kind. It's a true friend who can give us a peace of mind. And my peace of mind is forgive yourself. Find time to unwind. Don't stress yourself. Find time to align. Friends coming at gold. Let's find ways to mine. The Bible says an honest witness does not deceive, but a false witness pours out lies. Walk with the wise and become wise. A true friend will chop when you blow, but will also help you grow. See, a true friend is the one who comes in when the rest of the world walks out, not the one who believes you was about a lot of doubts. So when you're left alone on stage, a true friend will stand in the crowd and shout you out. And hey, I am not an expert. Now don't expect my friends to be perfect. I only expect a little respect from my friends who think they are perfect. Now a friend is that instant constant that one needs to move a distance. For instance, that person who is always there to help even when you don't need an assistant. Adamphobia swan ding, ebiso asombre. Adamphobia ni edin, ebiso mpebre. Adamphobia tuma de onu bukoto. Adamphobia tuma de onu bukoso atafre. Modam paba akoso premusu estre. Nya de onu beso wie no akosrew. De onu besane we no akochichire. Adamfo nya de ofo obeje obo obehwete. Enu ti me fa adamfo ginjan. Adamfo ya hantan. Wodo ofu be ban, ofu betwo san. Adamfo na emetan. Ebi na onu ni san ya menwa atwesan. Enu ti madamfo. Men dwene se obetuma da na otamfo odofo amana be ye wa damfo otamfo betuma be odofo betuma be otamfo ye nipo ye beto so nipa nya so abofo fa se otuma damfo pawo ye na hwe wo ye wadafo keke wonya wo na. Friends don't wear your mistakes and parade like a school attire. Friends don't sing your low points like a choir. Friends don't retire. Friends inspire. So it's my prayer, don't find a friend true like the Messiah. I mean the lifespan of that friendship never expire. If it's a do dear Adamfo betime dwane agyawo and it's all Adamfo padia de ne mimika form on no. He is that fire that brings out the shiny effect in raw gold on only ejano. So pull over, let him drive, and be rest assured that you will arrive. He's the beginning and the end. His friendship never ends. He's the only true friend. God loves you. God is our only true friend. Rhymesonny, thank you for having me.
Sister, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again. It be so. Brother, you to go church every time. No, they mean say you be born again. It be so.